Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ita Qisthia and I will present my research proposal titled The Use of Grammarly in Supporting EFL Students' Autonomous Learning in Writing. Background, I'll start with the introduction, of course. First one, we have the background of the study. Technology plays an important role in 21st century education. Technology and the internet affects the education itself. The integration of the internet into the learning and teaching process will be discussed in this also discussed in this Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will present my research proposal titled The Use of Grammarly in Supporting EFL Students' Autonomous Learning in Writing. For introduction first, here I have the background of the study. So the background of the study will discuss and describe some topics. First one, technology plays an important role in 21st century education. There's also the integration of the internet into the learning and teaching process. This is in line with Universitas Terbuka, which emphasizes distant learning and learner autonomy. However, as EFL students, sometimes the EFL students face difficulties in grammar, vocabulary, sentence structure, and writing revisions. That's why sometimes, with integration of the internet and technology, students use digital tools. The digital tools itself support students' writing development and independent learning. One of the digital tools that many EFL students use is Grammarly. Grammarly itself has become one of the most widely used writing support applications. So the key point here, Grammarly may help students improve writing while also supporting autonomous learning. So here I have the problem identification. So for writing itself, there are some challenges among EFL students. Writing challenges among EFL students. First one, grammar errors, vocabulary limitations, sentence organization problems, lack of confidence in writing, and also limited opportunities for feedback, especially in autonomous learning. The current situation is many students use Grammarly, but its role in supporting autonomous learning is still unclear. So for the previous studies, there are some positive findings about Grammarly and autonomous learning. First one, Grammarly improves writing quality. Grammarly also increases writing confidence, and Grammarly also supports independent revision. However, there are some limitations. Here, so some feedback may be inaccurate and should be evaluated critically by learners. Here we have research gaps. We have the previous studies focus on writing improvement, writing accuracy, and students' perception. However, here the studies will investigate Grammarly and autonomous learning, undergraduate EFL students, distance learning context, which is specifically the Universitas Terbuka students. So for the novelty itself, we will exploring Grammarly as a tool that supports autonomous learning in writing. Here we have the research questions. First one, how do EFL students perceive the use of Grammarly for autonomous learning in writing? Also, we have the second questions. What's the second question? How does Grammarly support EFL students' autonomous learning in writing? So for the research objective, we have for the first one to investigate the EFL students' perception toward the use of Grammarly for autonomous learning in writing, and for the second one to explore how Grammarly supports EFL students' autonomous learning in writing. Next, we have the the significance of the study. So for the theoretical significance here, theoretically the study is expected to contribute to the development of knowledge in English language teaching, particularly in the areas of technology assisted technology-assisted language learning and learner autonomy. The findings may enrich discussions regarding the role of automated writing evaluations tools, which is Grammarly, in supporting autonomous learning among EFL students. For practical significance, the first one we have for students, the study is expected to help students understand how Grammarly can be used effectively to support independent writing practice and improve self-editing skills. And for the teachers, the study may provide insights for English teachers regarding the integration of Grammarly into writing instruction to promote learner autonomy and improve students' writing development. And for future researchers, the study can serve as a reference for future researchers who are interested in conducting studies related to Grammarly, autonomous learning, digital learning tools, and EFL writing. First one we have here we have the literature review. I will only give short insights. First one, Grammarly and as an automated writing evaluations or tools. Grammarly is an automated writing evaluation tool designed to help users improve their English writing through the automatic feedback. Grammarly itself provides corrections and suggestions related to grammar, spelling, punctuation, sentence structure, vocabulary, clarity, and a little bit of writing style, even though for basic users, sometimes the writing styles are not provided. Second one, we have autonomous learning. Autonomous learning is an important concept in modern language learning. Henry Holleck, 1988, defines learner autonomy as the ability to take responsibility for one's own learning. Autonomous learners are expected to manage, monitor, and evaluate their learning independently. Number three, we have EFL writing. Writing is one of the most important but difficult skills in English language teaching, as it is a productive skills. According to Highland 2003, writing is a complex cognitive activity involving idea organization, grammar, vocabulary, coherence, and critical thinking. Here we have the conceptual framework. So first one, we have writing difficulties among EFL students, and then the use of Grammarly in writing activities, which gives the student immediate corrective feedback and self-editing. This helps the development of autonomous learning, and also for the last one, the students' perceptions toward Grammarly. Here I have the research method. So for the method, I will use quantitative. The researcher will use the quantitative research, and for the design, the researcher will use descriptive survey. The participants will be undergraduate EFL students of English Education Program Universitas Terbuka, and the time of the research will be from March 2027 until June 2027. The sampling will use simple random sampling, and expected participants will be 30 to 50 students. The research instrument and data analysis. The instrument itself, we use questionnaire 4-point Likert scale. Strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree. So we eliminate the natural options, and then for the variables, we have the researcher have the Grammarly, autonomous learning, and EFL writing. For data analysis itself, the researcher will use frequency, percentage, and descriptive interpretation with the reliability from batch alpha 0.7. So for the hypothesis itself, students have positive perception toward Grammarly. Grammarly supports self-editing and independent revision. Grammarly encourages autonomous learning, and Grammarly increases writing awareness and confidence. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.